Hey friends, this is Prema Uncensored, where I give you my uncensored opinion about life and stuff. As you can see today, I'm not wearing a sari because I got a request from my girl VJ. Hi VJ! To talk about my skincare routines. I thought I'd talk about that in this video. Not that I am a beauty expert or anything, and I don't guarantee any of my methods work, so don't quote me on any of this or complain about it later. I'm just telling you what I do. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of it is genetics. Like, I just have good skin because I think everyone in my family has pretty good skin. I don't remember any of us having severe acne or anything. Which doesn't mean I never get acne. I do sometimes. I'll break out sometimes when I travel because of the changes in the weather. Like, weather fluctuations usually affect my skin. And some other things. So today I'm just going to talk about what I do daily and weekly and monthly with my skin to keep it fresh. So first you need to understand that everybody's skin is different. There's, dry skin, oily skin, combination skin, sensitive skin, normal skin. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's about it. I personally have combination skin, which means that my T-zone tends to get really oily. If you don't know what your T-zone is, it makes a T on your skin. So your forehead, and then like your nose and your chin, right? It's a T. So this area of my face gets really oily, and then the rest of my face is like really dry and gets flaky. So that can be kind of annoying to deal with, when you have two different types of skin textures or whatever. Anyways, it's fine. But regardless of what kind of skin you have, any kind of skin can have breakouts, even the dry skin, even the oily skin, combination skin, whatever it is. And there's a few things that you should do to prevent breakouts, that you can do to prevent breakouts. So drink lots of water. Water is good for you, always. You should reduce your caffeinated beverages, reduce your oil intake, sweets, milk products, things like that will help you with preventing breakouts. And I know at that point you're thinking, why bother? Let's just live. Watch what you're doing with your hair. So for example, if you have oily skin, like you've got an oily T-zone, and then you have oily hair and you have like bangs, or a fringe as some people call it, right? And if it's oily, so that's like oily on top of oily, it makes it more oily and you might start breaking out on your forehead. Or if you've got like oily hands and you're always like touching your face or whatever, or touching your nose, or you'll break out more in those places because you're adding excess oil, excess dirt to those places. So acne is caused by like clogged pores and excess oils in the skin. And what you need to do is keep those areas clean. So don't put your hair in your face, don't put your hands on your face. Eat healthy, drink lots of water. Another thing you should do that I do is wash your face twice a day. And also you need to watch what kind of moisturizers you use. So generally, if you have oily skin, you should use look for oil-free moisturizers. And if you have dry skin, you should use oil-based moisturizers, like healthy oil-based moisturizers. And for those of you like me, like I used to, before, like, your skin changes as you get older and as your hormones fluctuate. So over the years, I've changed like moisturizers. I know I used to swear by using Pond's. I was really into Pond's for a long time. And then I noticed once I hit my late 20s that Pond's was making me break out. It was way too greasy and oily for me. So I stopped using it and I started using Oil of Olay, which is a little bit more water-based and a little bit lighter for my skin. So I could get that coverage for my cheeks that are usually dry, but still, like, my T-zone wouldn't break out. So watch what kind of moisturizer you use. If you've got sensitive skin or normal skin or oily skin, look for like an oil-free or water-based moisturizer, and that also includes your foundation, your concealer. So, it seems like a moot point if you use, an oily foundation and then, an oil-free moisturizer. Like, make sure that whatever you're using is oil-free so that you're not adding more oils to oily skin. Let's see, what else? Wash your face. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. So washing your face morning and night. So in the morning, every morning, I use like St. Ives apricot scrub. This is a Target brand that I have here. You can see up and up. Yeah. That I use here, and it's got like got little scrubbers. I think it's like walnuts or something. I've been using this for years and it's really good. It says use it 3 to 4 times a week, but I use it like every day. So for me, this is really good. See, and it's oil-free, dermatologist tested. I want something. I'm really trying to get into like, cruelty-free vegan products. So I'm just like waiting for the day that this becomes cruelty-free vegan, or if I can find something like that, that would be really nice. So yeah, so I use this in the morning in the shower. Don't ever use soap on your face. It's way too harsh. If you have sensitive skin, I definitely wouldn't recommend a scrubber because it'll make your skin very red. In the evenings though, when I take my makeup off, I usually will use coconut oil because coconut oil has vitamin E in it, which is really good for your skin. I don't leave that in my skin, by the way, because coconut oil is comedogenic, meaning it does clog your pores, but I do use it to like wipe off my eyeliner and my mascara. It breaks down the mascara, whatever, the chemicals really easily. And then I just kind of use any any kind of face wash that's gentle. So right now, my god sister gave me this Go Seva face wash, and I've been using that. It's got panchagavya and fruits, so it's got like cow stuff in it, cow dung, cow urine. So put a bunch of cow pee on my face every night, and it has kind of a manly smell to it. It like reminds me of cologne. Like usually girl stuff is a little bit fruity or a little bit sweet, and this one's like more manly, but whatever, I'm just going to sleep. I'm not trying to impress nobody. And it's very, very gentle, so I've been using Go Seva, and this one is like cruelty free and not tested on animals, or it's vegan, whatever. Well, it's not vegan, but it's vegetarian, and it's like devotee friendly. It's made by a devotee actually, so if I could get this in Mayapur, I'd be like, yes, please. It's not bad. It's a nice product. So I've been using that in the night. And then once a week, usually on a Friday, and I'll tell you why I use Friday. I do this on Friday, but once a week I'll do a face mask. I'll do 2 face masks actually once a week, usually on a Friday. And it'll be made of turmeric and basin flour. Basin flour is chickpea flour, ground chickpeas. You'll get that in the Indian store. And turmeric is yellow. It's like a yellow powder. And turmeric has like, it has cleansing properties to it. It has, like anti-inflammatory properties to it. It's like really super good for you. So I use that. I've been doing that for years. So, and another thing is like, so I'm going to tell you like what kind of masks I make, or like what kind of masks maybe you could make, but it's always got like a turmeric and basin flour base to it. And I'm not saying that whatever you have will be like fixed overnight. So please don't like say, I tried this last night and I still have acne. No, like I've been doing this since I was like 17. So, yeah, so don't expect it to work overnight. But if it does, I mean, hooray, congratulations. So, I do a turmeric mask with the basin flour. Basin flour just kind of helps everything stick together. And I just quickly made a list here of things that I saw online that they said you could use for either oily or dry skin. So for oily skin, you can use lemon, milk, yogurt, rose water, orange, tomato, grapefruit, papaya, oatmeal, honey, or baking soda. And those things will brighten your skin, exfoliate your skin, remove dead skin. Oh, I also added in here Gunga mud. If you happen to live by the Gunga or any kind of mud, that'll kind of draw out all of the oils from your skin. But I've done like a Gunga mud mask. It's nice. So you can try those things, and it's got a lot of good properties to it that'll help your skin's health. For dry skin, they recommend cucumber, bananas, aloe vera, shea butter, avocado, coconut oil or vitamin E oil, almond oil, different kinds of oils. So what I have here is a pretty simple mask. I've got turmeric and basin as my base, and then I put in bananas, oats, and lime. I used to put cinnamon, but it used to really burn my skin and it was horrible, so I stopped doing that. So you just take this and you just apply it to your skin, all over your skin. And I'm just letting you know now that turmeric does stain, and that's why I'm wearing my gumshoe, because I don't want to stain my clothes. Not that this is a particularly nice shirt, but I just don't want any yellow stuff on my skin. And I just want to say also, if you have really bad acne, you might need to look into using a medicated face wash. So something with benzoyl peroxide would be really good, or salicylic acid is also really good. If it's really, really bad acne, I would recommend that, and that usually works. I know in the pharmacy we used to sell some very expensive products that did the job in about a week or two. So you just put this on your skin. They also say, I don't know how true this is because I still have a hairy face. I'm still a hairy Krishna. All right, now, all right. They say that it's supposed to like reduce hair on your skin, or it helps take hair off your skin or something, but I never saw a difference. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't know. But now I'm all yellow. This is the point in my day where my skin is all yellow, and then somebody comes to the door and they need something, and I'm like, do I answer the door? Do I not answer the door? Do I pretend like I'm home, but they know I'm home because my door is open, and they see my shoes? I like to do this every Friday. I'll tell you why. Because Friday is like, you know, like you're done with work, and it's like this in between, like, you know, when you clock out of work and then you're just like done with work, and then you like get a pizza and you get some ice cream, and then you like watch your movie, watch 30 Rock, and you put on your face mask, and it's like an in-between time. Like you have your work time, and then the weekend is like your weekend self. So you've got work self and weekend self. And then that Friday night or that Friday evening when you don't have to like work or be your weekend self, that's just like you time. So yeah, I like to do my face masks on the weekend. So leave this on your face until it dries. I look crazy. This is so crazy. I'm putting this on the internet for people to see. This is ridiculous. Anyways, it takes about 20 minutes. I usually like put oil in my hair, coconut oil in my hair at this time, or you know, take my nail polish off at this time, or do something else. Watch a movie, eat a Snickers. One thing I like about India is that Snickers doesn't have eggs in it. It makes me pretty stoked. Alright, I'm back. So I just washed my skin with warm water and a washcloth. And you can see there's like a slight tint of yellow, and I don't want to walk around looking like I have jaundice, of course. So next I do another mask with this Neutrogena Clear Pore mask. It's a cleanser or a mask, but I use it as a mask. I find it has benzoyl peroxide in it, and I don't like the idea of using that every day as a cleanser. So I'd rather just use it once a week as a mask, just to kind of keep acne at bay. And this looks crazy. This is the point where people usually will knock on my door, and I'm like, I look like a ghost. So yeah, you just need like a little bit, and this monster burns, but I think it's a good thing. I think it means it's like getting into your skin and pulling all of that turmeric out. Ah. There we are. How are you guys doing? So I have like 18 subscribers now. That makes me really happy. It means I'm chugging along in the right direction. People are starting to subscribe and you're liking my content. I mean, if you want to see other stuff or different stuff, or you want me to talk about anything else, you just have to let me know. Just leave me a comment, and I'll reply and I'll consider it, whatever it is. Yeah, see, I look like a ghost. I look crazy. And it burns. Oof. I don't know if that's good or bad, but whatever. It's working, whatever it is. Another exfoliant that works really well if you want to exfoliate every day, is to use like olive oil and like brown sugar. That's really good, and your skin comes out really nice afterwards. That's it. And then we wait for this one to dry, and then we wipe it off with a warm washcloth. But yeah, I don't do anything particularly exciting. So I hope you all are doing well. Yeah. I was doing yoga. I do yoga every day now, just to kind of get my health back together. Since the miscarriage, I was super weak. So I said I'd start doing yoga. And I've been doing yoga with Adrienne, and she's so cute and like positive, and like, you know, I can kind of move at my own pace doing that, and she doesn't make me feel bad about it, because I'm definitely not a yogini. But she was doing this yoga for self-love, and she said, what was it during? Mountain pose. We were doing mountain pose, and she was like, think of one thing you love about yourself, and appreciate that, you know, give yourself some love for that one thing. And I was kind of like thinking about it, and I was like, I can't think of like one thing. I can think of many things. Like I felt like it was unfair for me to only pick out one thing, and I felt like that was an accomplishment, because normally I'm like, I don't like anything about myself. I hate myself. That's my normal mode. I was doing, last month I did Deepak Chopra and Oprah Winfrey's 21-day meditation. And Deepak Chopra, it was kind of boring, but there was one day where he said something really interesting. He said that when someone is sick, we give them lots of love, right? We give them a lot of love and we give them a lot of attention. But why is it when there's some part of ourself that's not healthy, or some part of ourself that we don't like about ourselves, we usually give it a lot of hate and a lot of negative emotion? He said you should give that part of your body a lot of love. So I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so like I try to think now more positively about myself, and I find that it helps. Like I find myself admiring things that I normally wouldn't admire, like my fingers. Like I normally don't like my hands. Like I've always felt like I had like old lady hands. And I was like, look at it. I was like, I really like my hands, and you know, I really like my mouth, and I really like I was like liking things that I normally don't like. I even liked my stomach. Like I normally don't like my tires. So it felt good. I felt like I was progressing in the right direction since my miscarriage and since the depression, like bad depression, not like my normal depression. So yeah, she was like, think of one thing, and I was like, I can't think of one thing. I can think of like 20 things. So yeah, that felt pretty good. You should try yoga with Adrienne. She's really nice, and do Deepak Chopra and Oprah's 21-day meditation challenge. It was really good, and I think it helped me a lot. Just kind of get focused and not freak out, and just to kind of be in the moment. I think that helps. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. That was a good day. What else am I up to? We've got workers now at the house. They're doing a lot of painting, so that's something. Yeah. So a lot of good things happening right now. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for 20 minutes. Oh, I didn't mention this. So this is an e.l.f. lip exfoliator. Coconut. It smells really nice. So basically you just put this on your lips and it exfoliates your lips, and it's got these gritty little things on it. And yeah, it smells good. And I just like to use that a little bit, move it around a little, and then wipe it off after a while. I don't know that my lips really need exfoliating, but I just really like the smell, and a lot of people swear by it, so I bought it when I was in America last time. But yeah, I really like this, and I like that it's coconut smelling. And you know what? I didn't know this, but I saw this in a video on YouTube, but you can like pop the bottom off. Get off. You can pop the bottom off, and there's like a little bit of like the balm in there. I didn't know that. So like when you're done with this, you can be like, oh, I'm just gonna like put a little of this on my mouth. That's pretty cool. It's pretty dang cool. Alright. I'm gonna let this dry, wipe it off, and we'll see what's next. Alright, I'm back. My skin is super clean and kind of burning a little bit. I don't usually put moisturizer on after this because I just want my skin to breathe a little bit, let my pores and whatever breathe. But that's about it. And then once a month, I mean, you can do it, you know, once a week or once every 2 weeks, but I'll do a nose strip, you know, like for my nose, and pull all the blackheads out of my nose. Because I do collect, for some reason, I collect a lot of dirt right here. Like, I have to take a shower every single morning, because if I don't, like, I can feel the dirt on my skin, and it just, like, it doesn't settle well with me. So, anyway, so once a month, I usually put a nose strip on, and I don't have to show you that. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. You wet the strip, stick it on your nose, wait, like, 30 minutes, and then gently pull it off, and then you'll see all the little blackhead things. I do use my rose water. It's a toner. I don't know what that means, but I like how it smells. And that's it. That's all I do for my skin. So just make sure, I mean, the number one thing is figure out what kind of skin type you have, and make sure that you wash your face twice a day to get rid of all your makeup and all the dirt and all the whatever you did for that, the sweat, you know. And that's it. That's all I do. My gumja. I feel like I'm very like low energy today. Do you feel like I'm low energy today? I've been feeling so like blah this whole week. I feel like I have like low iron or something. So I'm kind of like, I'm sorry if I seem really bleh. Sorry. Anyways, so thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful somehow. If you tried it, let me know. I would love to hear about it in the comments. If it worked, if it didn't work, if it's something you might do regularly, if you broke out even worse, if you found out you're allergic to turmeric, I don't know. Be great to hear from you. If you have any suggestions for things that you want me to talk about in future episodes, feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to add me on Instagram. I'm super active on Instagram. You can like us on Dham Good Productions on Facebook, or you can write to us. Email address is below along with all the other information. And I really appreciate that you all are watching. Thank you so much for giving me your time. And I hope you're having a great day, or you had a great day, or you're gonna have a great day. Bye, friends.